Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a video game review slash another section of a video game too, but it's only 5 chapters the next one, so this is going to be for Resident Evil 4, the 2005 video game, but it's remastered on the PS4, and I am going to be playing the remake in due time. Probably in the next day or so. So I'm going to be checking that out to see what I think of that. So I'm going to discuss what I thought of Resident Evil 4, the 2016 PS4 remastered game from the 2005 PS2 game and all that, and Separate Ways as well. And I'll let you know my thoughts on both these games. So let's dive into this special game review for the PS4 game review. So basically, I played as Leon in the first part of the game, which was like a 29-hour game. It took me about a day to get done with it, a little over a day, and it was a fun time. I actually had a good time playing this game. I do want to experience the remake, which I do have the remake, of course, only on PS4. Which I'm going to be playing that and probably tomorrow or the next day. But honestly, you play as Leon, he goes to this sort of village or whatever, and he basically is the Los Illuminados is the enemy or whatever, and so you have to beat Sadler. Sadler's the final boss of the game. You fight his one of his men at the first, I think the second chapter, section 3. So you just have to figure out where to go from there, from the first chapter. And then you do find Ashley in like the second chapter sometime. But most likely, the beginning of the game is the best part. But when you get close to the end, it gets better. So this was a really well done game. And sorry, that's my sister's cat right here, Titan. So basically, I enjoyed the storyline. It was amazing. I mean, visually is not great, but I heard the new one visually is pretty amazing. Um, but they made Ashley look really weird, honestly. So, um, I think in the third chapter, after you fight that big guy with the red eye, you go after Salazar as the next one in this castle or whatever. And then after that, you go to Sadler's Island, um, where Ashley was taken to an island. So basically, the whole premise of the story is Leon is trying to fight his way to get to Ashley again. And Ashley is the president's daughter, and she was kidnapped by a guy named Krauser. And you fight Krauser in almost the last chapter of the game. And then Ada is the one that finishes him off. Excuse my yawning. I gotta go to bed pretty soon after this review. So basically, if I were to give Resident Evil 4 a score, I think the CGI work was alright, but not great. But overall, the game was a fun time. And I had a fun time playing this game, even though it's the older version to it from almost 20 years ago. It was still an amazing experience. So for a score, I'm going to give this game a 9 out of 10. This is a really well done game. I think the CGI was the downgrade to it a bit. The CGI work wasn't bad, it just wasn't great CGI work. But overall, it was a fun time playing this game. So now I'm going to talk about Separate Ways. Basically, it's Ada Wong's storyline for the 5 chapters. You can get done with this in like 5 hours or so. So basically, I got done with it in 8 because I had other things that I was dealing with uh, outside of not playing this game. So basically, this was another good storyline too. Ada is pretty much working for Wesker, and they're wanting to get the what is it, the virus thing. But honestly, the sample for the parasite thing. So basically, Wesker wants to do an experiment with it. And honestly, I think the storyline for this is interesting, but there are some execution flaws to some of the story that were alright. But overall, sorry about the background noise. I think my nephew's crying about something. I don't know why. He's supposed to be sleeping. So, give me a second. Gotta pause the video. Alright, guys. Had to pause the video for a second. My nephew was crying for something. I don't know. I think he had a night terror or something. I'm not sure. But basically, overall, I think Separate Ways was pretty good. I mean, storyline is interesting, and the action scenes are pretty awesome. So if I were to give this a score, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. So overall, it's still getting a 9 out of 10 this whole game. It's a fun time, and definitely recommend checking out the original before playing the remake. I heard a lot of good things about the remake and heard it was Game of the Year from some people. So I'll have to experience it once I play it, and I think I'll have a good time playing it. Hopefully. So basically, 9 out of 10 for the regular story with Leon, and 8.5 out of 10 for Separate Ways, the Ada Wong story. Thank you guys for watching this 2 special game reviews video. Have a good night.